What if I told you that turning 80 isn't just about getting older? A brain surgeon with 40 years of watching this happen says it's something else entirely. He says the body doesn't just age, it follows a completely new set of rules. It's like a secret program kicks in, and your body starts playing by a different biological playbook. So let's take a look at what that playbook says. Just think about that for a second. It reprograms itself. That one idea changes everything we think we know about getting older. It's not just a slow, steady decline, it's a strategic shift. Your body isn't giving up, it's changing its mission from performance and growth to pure long term survival. So that leads us to the big question, right? What are these new laws? What are the new rules of the game? Well, we're going to count down the 5 biggest, most fundamental changes that your body starts to go through once you cross that 80-year milestone. Let's dive in. All right, coming in at number 5, the very first hint that your body is running on this new program, it starts on your tongue. The world doesn't just start to look a little different or feel a little different, it actually starts to taste different. And this isn't just about appetite changing, this is your biology literally rewriting how your brain understands food. And the sheer scale of this change is, well, it's pretty shocking. By the time you're 80, you could have lost up to 70% of your taste buds. Think about that. Those little sensors that used to replace themselves every week or so, they just stop. They flatten out, they wear out, and they don't get replaced. And the result is that food, one of life's greatest pleasures, starts to lose its magic. And this quote from Dorothy, an 82-year-old retired chef, just says it all. Can you imagine spending your entire life mastering flavors, creating beautiful meals, and then one day you can't even taste them yourself? It's not in her head, it's her body, literally unable to pick up on the subtleties she built her career on. It's a profound loss. But this is where it gets a little dangerous, because what do you do when food tastes bland? Well, you reach for the salt, you reach for the sugar, you try to get some kind of flavor back. And this totally unconscious habit can jack up the risk for high blood pressure and diabetes by a whopping 40%. It's a quiet chain reaction that starts on the tongue but can affect your entire body. Okay, number 4. This reprogramming continues with your body's biggest organ, your skin. After 80, your skin isn't just getting more wrinkled, it's getting forgetful. I mean that literally. It starts to forget the basic instructions on how to repair itself from even the smallest injuries. And here's the reason why. Take a look at this. Collagen, that's the protein that's basically the scaffolding for your skin, production just plummets, a 75% drop. So without that strong framework, the skin gets thin, it gets fragile, and the little cellular construction workers that are supposed to fix damage just can't do their job properly anymore. And I think we can all understand Marjorie's frustration here. A tiny little paper cut, something that would have been gone in 2 days when you were younger, now it just hangs around for weeks. It's like her skin cells have lost their molecular memory. The little blueprint they're supposed to follow to patch things up has become faded and hard to read. But it's not all bad news on this front. Science is starting to find ways to remind the skin what it's supposed to do. Things like special light therapies and collagen supplements have been shown to boost healing speed by as much as 50%. So it's a good reminder that even though the biological law has changed, we can still learn how to work with it. Now for number 3. This is a big one because it's happening deep inside your command center, your brain. And your brain doesn't just slow down, it actively starts to rewire itself. It's this incredible act of self-preservation, where it builds new detours and new pathways around the neural highways that are starting to fade. And here's the most fascinating part. This rewiring isn't random at all. It's incredibly strategic. The brain starts to prioritize. It begins to let go of things like sharp technical details or complex math problems or what you had for breakfast yesterday. But it holds on with all its might to the things that truly define a life. Powerful emotional memories, your most important relationships, and the deep wisdom you've gained over a lifetime. Albert, a retired engineer, just nails it with this quote. His brain isn't failing him, it's just shifting its priorities. It's choosing connection over calculation. The part of his mind that could take apart a toaster might be weaker, but the part that holds the story of his life, the emotional core, is as strong and as vivid as ever. All right, we're at number 2. Now, I'll admit this one sounds pretty alarming. but it's a crucial part of the body's new survival plan. Deep inside your body, your muscles, well, they start to be consumed by your own body for energy. The official name for this is sarcopenia, and it's one of the most powerful yet invisible changes that happens as we age. And the real danger here is the domino effect. You see, it starts with muscle loss that leads to becoming less stable on your feet. And that increases your risk of a fall and a fracture by 5 times. And as so many of us know, a bad fall is often the single event that can threaten a person's ability to live independently. When Henry, a retired farmer, told his doctor this, he captured the feeling perfectly. It's not just about feeling tired or weak. It's a feeling of being hollowed out. The very muscles that gave him strength his whole life were literally being broken down and used as fuel to keep his more essential systems running. This is probably the best way to understand it. Imagine your body is a house in the middle of winter and you're running out of firewood. What do? You start burning the furniture to keep the house warm. That's what your body does. It starts burning the furniture, your muscles, to provide the energy needed to keep the house, your brain and your heart, warm and running. It's a brutal but necessary trade-off for survival. And here we are, the #1 biological law that takes over after 80. This one is maybe the most disorienting of them all because it changes your entire relationship with time itself. Your internal clock, that steady rhythm that has guided you for 80 years, it basically flips upside down.
And this is what it can look like. Wide awake at 3 in the morning, then feeling an overwhelming urge to nap right after breakfast, drifting off in the middle of the afternoon. It's called advanced sleep phase syndrome, and it hits about 60% of people over 80. It happens because the master clock in the brain gets weaker and has a harder time reading the cues from daylight. Evelyn's words just capture the loneliness of this so well. You feel completely out of sync with the entire world. And it's more than just an inconvenience. That deep, restorative sleep is when the brain does its housekeeping, when it clears out harmful toxins. When that process is disrupted night after night, it has a real impact on your cognitive health. So we've gone through these 5 huge biological shifts, and I know it can sound a bit bleak, but please hear this. This is the most important part of the whole story. These changes don't mean your body is broken. They mean your body is an incredible, unbelievable adapter. It is still fighting for you. It's still finding new ways to keep you going. And you are absolutely not powerless in this. You can work with this new programming. You can fight back. Simple things done consistently make a massive difference. Getting that bright morning sunlight to help reset your clock. Making sure you get enough protein to fight that muscle loss. Staying curious, moving every single day. You can't turn back time, but you can absolutely have a say in how you live it. So, as we finish up here, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 changes, the taste, the skin, the brain, the muscles, the sleep, which one hits closest to home for you or for someone you love? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Sharing our stories is how we help each other understand this journey. If this gave you a new way to think about aging, please do me a favor and click that subscribe button, and maybe share this with a friend or a family member who could benefit from hearing it. Thank you so much for your time today. We'll see you in the next one.